Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Judge Don't Play here. We're back with another reaction video. We're gonna be reacting to wife struggles to pay bills, then finds out her husband's comic collection is worth 2.5 million. That's crazy. Anyways, if y'all new to this video or new to this channel, my bad. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Let's get into this video.
So there's a woman. She wrote into our show rather. And she said that she and her husband, they're approaching their 5th wedding anniversary or I guess marriage anniversary, sorry. And she said life together is good, not perfect, but they make ends meet. They work hard. They have a modest lifestyle. They have 2 young children, ages 1 and 4. Recently, she discovered something that she describes as shocking. Her husband's card and comic book collection, something he's guarded since they met, is worth $2.5 million. He's been collecting for over 25 years, a passion he inherited from his late father, and he still holds on to some of his dad's collection. When she brought up selling it, thinking of all the ways they could improve their family's life, he refused, saying the collection isn't about money, but more so about emotional value. To him, it's a legacy he plans to pass down to their children.
My question is, because I was collecting cards at first, but when I was collecting cards, it was purely for, finances. For those who collect cards nowadays, when do you draw the line of picking your lifestyle over the legacy, I guess? Because would you rather struggle and just go through life passing on a legacy consistently, or lessen the legacy a little bit and be like, I'm gonna sell these cards so I can have a better life, so then I can live happily since I only live once, and my kids can live happily since they only live once. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really expect that legacy to be as much value onto you, because you know how like people be like, oh, it's selfish to try to pass on your legacy to kids because they might not be as valuable to them as it is to you. So when do you be like, okay, I got 2.5 million, let me sell 1 million of this so then I could take trips with my kids while I'm still here? When do you feel like there's a line? Where is the line? If there's no line, then shoot, that's cool too.
Now she's struggling with reality that they're sitting on a fortune, yet still living paycheck to paycheck. Should she accept his emotional attachment, or does he owe it to their family to cash in? What would you guys do? Is he being unreasonable, or should sentimental value come before financial security? I'll go last.
I feel like I already know your take on it, to be honest. But
let's hear yours.
Just to clarify, they're living paycheck to paycheck.
According to her.
According to her. Okay, so according to her, they're living paycheck to... Is that MT Girl? Oh, okay. Okay, so according to her, they're living paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're behind on finances.
She said they live modestly, they make ends meet, but from what I gather, it's like maybe there's not a lot of cushion or not a lot of room for like doing extra stuff.
So not struggling.
Right.
Not like struggling paycheck to paycheck, but not, she could be doing, or they could be doing better.
Right.
Okay.
I feel like in that case, there can be a compromise here. I think she can leave that man alone until they come to a point where they're struggling, so that he knows that when that time comes, he's going to have to give that up. But for right now, she could leave him.
First of all, he doesn't have to give anything up. You feel me, fellas? Y'all don't have to give anything up. Let's keep that. No, this way. Nah, but realistically, to be honest, I feel like too much of this pressure, now that I think about it, is going towards the man and what he has. Because if he had that collection since he was a kid, his dad, his late father, I think they said, so his dad that passed had this collection and passed it down to him. That means before he was even born, this thing was there. So just because I'm in a marriage with you doesn't mean I gotta give up something for me. I don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I can think about it if I choose to, but at the end of the day, what are you going to do to then boost us away from the ends meet? Because this was already there. Now, if he's investing a lot of money into this legacy still while y'all living paycheck to paycheck, then there's going to be some issues. But if most of the stuff, he's not investing money, as in he's not buying new cards, he's not buying new comics, and this stuff was just already there before your 4 or 5 year marriage, whatever you call it, then that's pretty much set. He can't get rid of that. I can see he can't get rid of that. And there's really no question. She don't have no say, no nothing on it.
Him alone with his sentimental value.
And his dad's dead, so that's
Yeah.
also part of it.
She just discovered this? Is that what was part of the...
Yeah. As of late.
It said recently discovered.
I'm curious as how she figured this out. Was she snooping or did it come out in an argument? I feel like that could be a factor.
What I'm thinking is that she probably knew that he collected, because it's hard to like collect that much stuff, like amass
Not
that
know
much
about
stuff.
it?
And, yeah, somebody
She
not know
probably
about it.
just came across the value of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she just found out how much it's worth. That's my assumption. Because it doesn't say. I do get the part that, it's related to his dad, so.
Women love to live on somebody else's shit, bro. It's fucking crazy. I just don't get it. I mean, my thing is that collection is his collection passed down from his father. Also, in addition to whatever he's been able to acquire, although they're not struggling, they could live better. They could be thriving. But I don't think that he should sacrifice it right now. Don't make no sense. He's going to sacrifice it. My thing is, one, you were cool until you found it. Like, there was no fucking issues, right? Now you find something that is his, that is worth some money, and now you want for him to cash out so he can, I guess, provide more. But for what? Like, my whole thing is, like, if he does this and God forbid y'all break up, I just sold my sentimental value that's attached to my own collection, my father's collection, to provide for a life, and we're not even together. I just think it's crazy because when you really think about it, a lot of times women operate on survival. No matter how much money they have, they still operating on survival in some way, shape, form, protection, survival, providing survival. They're operating from survival. So you're surviving. Chill out. You don't need to, you're surviving, you're good. Like you can be better, but to be honest, I believe if you don't have the money, it's because you don't know what to do with the money yet. You're gonna sell it and then what? Burn through it? Y'all never even had the money. So, I just don't understand why we have to go to that now.
Thinking about what he's saying, if she's saying in her perspective, oh, we're living paycheck to paycheck, that might not even be the man's perspective. Women do have a higher financial upkeep, meaning like they need more money to keep up with the lifestyle that they want to live. So why don't you just lessen the lifestyle that you want to live then if y'all living paycheck to paycheck? Or even just think about, why are you living paycheck to paycheck? And why is it got to be directed towards one person? Like, if y'all are two parent household and y'all got kids, y'all got to think about it as like a collaborative. It's not just a you thing. It's an our thing. It's a us thing. There is no such thing as you no more. You know what I'm saying?
If you're about to lose your house, you're struggling, your car's getting repossessed, now it's time for a compromise. But right now, work a little bit harder, figure some shit out, and stay out that man's collection. That's my opinion.
Also, what about if he wanted to continue the tradition with his kids?
That's what he said.
Oh, he did?
He wants to pass it
Yeah, he
down.
wants to pass
So
it down.
then I think that's the sentimental value that's going to be passed on. So now you're basically taking that away from your kids.
But to play devil's advocate, at some point the shit got to get sold, right? So,
Yeah.
but
And somebody gonna sell it.
somebody,
Yeah.
and it's probably gonna be the kids,
Yeah.
or the kids, right? And we don't know who.
Or somebody with a drug problem.
Goddamn.
We're putting drugs on.
We'll cross
just
that
saying.
line if we get there.
Somebody with a drug problem, a gambling problem, a debt tour problem, something.
I think that's tough now that if she says something to him. Did she say something to him already?
Y'all better
Scared to
y'all
say
need to
something to him.
put y'all listening ears on.
Oh my God. Like, he can't ask a clarifying question to make sure that where his thought process can be more accurate and pure. Because you can listen to something, hear it, and then you got a bunch of people talking. You might want to go back to a certain thing, but let me make sure that my thinking is logical. And you gonna judge the man talking about something you need to listen. Man, that's corny. Whose idea? Can we ban some people? Can we veto?
It said when she brought up selling it,
That's what
hold
she
on.
did.
He's been collecting for over 25 years. Blah blah blah. So she did bring up selling it.
So now that's in the back of his mind forever now. Like now,
And hers, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fight.
No, it's over.
That's a fight that you're never gonna win.
So here's my take. They've only been married 5 years. This is something that he inherited prior to marriage. So these are, I would imagine the majority of it was a premarital asset. So in no way is he obligated to like split it or do, whatever. However, I would be interested to know how much money he spent since they've been together acquiring these comic books and cards or whatever. So that would actually be my first question. Like, how much of our disposable income, which clearly isn't that much, that you've been spending on these little books and cards and shit, like you a
It used to be.
12-year-old. And
Oh my god, bro, this is killing me. Can we ban her? Who is this person? Like, somebody genuinely tell me who this person is. Because why are you judging the man? No, you're judging every single person. She's not even judging just the man. She's judging everybody in the world that collects cards and comics. Like, why are you buying this like a little kid? And this is stupid, bro. Like, why can't you give your opinion and give valuable information without judging? Like, why do you gotta call the man a kid just because they like cards, sports, or comics? I grew up watching this. Like, why do I gotta be a kid because of that? Just because you're miserable and your hobbies are whatever your hobbies are, you might not feel the thrill from them. Why you gotta judge another person for that? And why no? Somebody better say something to her.
And to be honest, I don't think he's under any obligation to sell it at this point, regardless of sentimental value, which I understand. But I know how it feels for them bills to be on your head. Like, you ever see somebody that got like a good spades hand? They just drop them hoes like this. Like, that's how the bills be on you. So I get where she's coming from, but it would really be up to him and like having a desire to do more for his family, having a desire for his family to, do more than live paycheck to paycheck.
But you don't know if it's genuinely paycheck to paycheck. She could just be saying that because she probably, and who knows, this is just a what if, just like hers could be a what if. If you find out that your significant other has millions in value just sitting to the side, then you might start over exaggerating, like, we live paycheck to paycheck and I want now $1 million lifestyle, knowing now. Like the dude said, you wasn't tripping before. And if they're living paycheck to paycheck, then the man knows that you're living paycheck to paycheck, which would mean he will probably do something to get out of that situation. Because I don't think two people in a relationship is going to know that they're living paycheck to paycheck and only one person care to do something about it. Especially if you're married with 2 kids, a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. Like, what are you doing to where you feel like y'all living paycheck to paycheck and he doesn't care that he has 2 kids living paycheck to paycheck? Unless you're saying y'all just not in a healthy household.
Because at some point, as an adult, you have to make tough decisions to support the family that you've created. You can't be out here telling John that, oh, we can't send you to that math camp because we ain't got it, but you sitting on $2.5 million of comic book, but you don't want to send your son to math camp? Or you don't want to, invest in whatever their future is? I think as his wife, I would have more of an issue with that part. Like, if the kids are going without something in some sort of way, versus her just, I think we need that money. It's again, the fact that they're not like struggling, I'm not pressed to side with her. But I think as a man, like, real talk, if they were struggling, he gonna sit here and watch his family that he created struggle just so he can hold on to his little cards. I have a problem with that.
No, this is stupid because she's genuinely belittling the man without even knowing his situation or knowing 2 sides of a story. Like, you have to, when you only know one side of a story, you have to tackle the situation with the open mind, just because you don't know the other side. But the fact that you're belittling the man, but you're also saying, it's like, oh, he's not obligated. but you buying cars like a little kid. like what are you doing? Why are you belittling him?
He's gonna
Still
pass
going
it
to
down,
work, though.
but he's gonna pass it
It's
down.
not like he's sitting on his ass. He's helping make the bills get paid as well.
But you struggling.
But in her
You
mind, she's
don't
struggling.
know
No.
that.
I'm saying as a family, they're struggling. I'm just saying that's
That
where
was
I would.
Those are her words. He could be
No.
fine with it though.
No. They're not struggling. What I'm saying, where I would have an issue with, is that if the family is struggling and barely making bills, and you on a payment plan for your electric bill or your gas bill or your water bill or whatever, and we sitting on an asset like that, what's the purpose of having an asset?
I'd like to hear from him.
Like, I mean, fair enough.
What's the purpose of having a asset? Bro, this is a grown woman, bro. So people that invest into Bitcoin, and they've been having Bitcoin for 10 plus years, and they've been having their Nvidia stocks for 10 plus years, you're gonna ask them what's the point of having that stock and asset for that long? And then also is, she's forgetting, you're supposed to take this with a grain of salt. You're supposed to be speaking on what you don't know and what you do know. You're speaking on if they were struggling and how you feel. You never said anything about struggling, and yet you're leading your thoughts with if they were to struggle. Nobody cares about if they were to struggle, because that's not what's here. That's not the reality right now. And that's why I feel like a lot of people have a problem with, they always talk about the what if and the false reality. Like, no, you have these cards, play these cards, and talk about what's going on. Don't talk about what I would have a problem if this happened, Like, no, we're not talking about that, because we're not there. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody saying, if I get a divorce, I want half of your money. We're not talking about divorce. We're not divorced. We just got married.
But again, I'm saying under the, the understanding that is because they're struggling, but they're not. She said it. They're not struggling.
So that's what I'm saying. She said they're struggling. Then she said we're not really struggling.
No, she didn't say they were
No,
struggling.
the word wasn't struggling. She just said paycheck to paycheck.
Okay, so paycheck, and I'm saying in his mind, he could look at that as like, this is what we're doing, and like, this is the plan. We're going with the plan. And ain't nobody said I had another kid.
Wait.
You just had a 1-year-old, so
Oh yeah, I
that was a
agree.
joint decision.
I agree.
So they apparently had a plan, and part of the plan was we were going to work until, I don't know what the plan was,
They
but
probably weren't paycheck to paycheck until the 1-year-old came.
Good point.
Well, I feel like cards aside, you're gonna have to figure it out anyway.
At some
Like,
point, yeah.
just forget you know about the cards.
I don't think there's figuring
What-
it out anymore. I think she's put
No,
a
well,
plan
there
in
needs
place
to
that-
be a better income. There needs to be more money. If you're worried about, living paycheck to paycheck this bad, then a change needs to happen.
I'm saying
I'm liking her now.
that
She's
that's from her side. A change needs to happen.
I hope she's saying a change needs to happen as a collective, not without cards, because she did say forget about the cards. So I hope she's continuing with where she's going the right way, because then she's going to be on my good side. But this army one right here, Missy Elliott, whatever you want to call it, I don't know who Missy Elliott looks like, but she lost me.
In the middle of the plan right now. Listen, we had this plan and this is what's going on. That's why I haven't sold my cards. I think maybe the compromise is I can sell some of them, but I'm not getting rid of my cards.
I don't understand why we even talking about. They don't know how to make money yet, so I don't.
And unless she comes to him with a plan of what they're going to do with the money, if she says, hey, we're going to invest in A, B, and C, then okay, now you have a plan. Now I'll listen to you. But if you're just talking about going to Dubai or something, or taking an extra vacation with stuff that you didn't have any part of, then no, I'm not doing that.
Or for cushion.
I do have one question. My very simple question: where is he holding these cards? Because if you just holding them in your house, no,
Like,
that's
it's getting taken.
no, not it's gonna get taken.
I'm like, it's getting snatched.
No.
I'll take one card
That's crazy.
for 2,000,
No.
please.
She lost me. I just tried to tell y'all she almost had me. She lost me. It's nasty.
Not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, you have this type of investment just sitting in your house.
Yeah, they're usually in boxes.
Not in, even worse, not in a safe deposit box somewhere, not in a storage where you have insurance, not somewhere that's actually safe.
Insurance
it's just
ain't
in
covering $2 million
like you
worth
said,
of
a
cards.
box
Right, house
in
burns
the, in
down.
the basement.
So
House
does
burns down. Now what?
$75,000.
Now what? No, 75.
I don't know how much
$2.5
was it?
million.
Oh, that's what she said.
Well, if you really think about it, no matter where you put it, it's not going to be 100% guaranteed safe. Even in certain safety deposit boxes aren't even covered for certain stuff, or even a storage unit because I've heard some things about storage units where, you know, people will go through people's stuff. So sometimes your house to you may feel like the safest spot. You know what I'm saying? But again, y'all are too busy trying to attack and judge the man that sometimes some people weigh out their options.
Yes.
Sorry, I just made that number up. That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
No, wait. Listen to what she said.
But no, 75.
I don't know. How much
$2.5
was it?
million.
Oh, that's what she said?
Yes.
Sorry, I just made that number up.
Go ahead, tell her right here. Put your listening ears on, because you said that to this man and this man that they need to put their listening ears on when they ask clarifying questions. But the fact that she thought that the 2.5 million was only 75,000, she's saying that she came up with the number. You better give her some backlash too, the way you be giving these dudes.
That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody's a drug addict over there too. So
Go ahead, say something to
I was
her.
gonna burn now because they were doing drugs and
Well, no. I mean, I'm just saying that because
Lord have
houses
mercy.
burn down all the time.
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So at a minimum, if he's gonna keep it and hold on to it, my recommendation is just to protect it. Like, put some insurance on it, get it out of your house, put it somewhere safe. There's plenty of these people that collect these things, so they gotta have like storage places or whatever somewhere. So
Sounds like an extra expense.
okay, we'll let the shit burn.
But they're talking about living paycheck to paycheck, so now you just oh my god. I might wait.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, I feel like she's already got it in her mind that she's gonna have something to say about anything now that she knows about it. So now you can get insurance on stuff that we can't use, and I'm working hard to now we're working extra hard to put insurance on stuff that isn't for me. I'm just saying that's what I think is gonna happen. 'Cause
That's fair.
she's already in his head about it.
$1 million flies by when you got it. You could spend $1 million very easily, so easily. And like in her mind, she's thinking paycheck to paycheck is their current life by choice because he has $2.5 million worth of an asset that he can liquidate. But again, $1 million evaporates real fast, especially if you don't know how to manage it. So my thing is, she's the way I see it, she's looking at it as it's the golden ticket, but he's looking at it as this ain't shit. And
Wait, he's looking at it as like the cards ain't nothing?
the value, like it's $2.5 million right now.
Oh, meaning
but
of what it
yeah.
can be?
Yeah,
Okay.
like in 5 or 10 more years from now, that $2.5 million could be double. Shit, in another 20 years from now, it could be triple.
Well, maybe he explained that to her. We don't know, but
I'm sure he had to keep him.
No, but in her mind, they're living paycheck to paycheck by choice. It's not necessarily because this is our situation and we got to do what we got to do. In her mind, they're consciously living this way, or he's consciously choosing to allow them to live this way because he has something that he can liquidate.
I think if things got hard and like you said, Rico, that's where I would have an issue. If like, you know,
Now you choose.
yeah.
Fuck the house, nigga. I'm keeping my comic books. It won't. It won't last 2 years, bro.
She's still gonna have a problem regardless. Now we broke and you ain't got nothing. You ain't
That's
got no
what I'm
cards and we
saying.
broke.
They're not making money now.
I just don't think, now that I think about it, he was like, she said she would have a problem if, you know, like for example, like he said, oh, skip the house, I'm keeping my comic books. Personally, why would you marry somebody that will even think like that? Like you got to you married this man. And if you think that he mentally would pick homelessness and losing a house over cards, why would you marry him? You married him for a reason. It can't be because he's stupid. He has to be a great man. He has to be smart, intellectual, knowledgeable, stuff like that. Because you're not gonna marry somebody goofy, hopefully. So it's like, why would he get to the point where you're about to lose the house and he's like, nah, I'd rather lose the house and live in a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom apartment or whatever, and I'm struggling even more, but I get to keep my cards. That means you probably did something wrong on your end by choosing to marry that man. So y'all too focused on one thing.
And the thing
that's
is, when
why
people,
I said that they need another plan. Like cards aside, I keep saying cards. What are they? Books.
Cards
Books
and books.
aside.
It's called the collection.
Books. Goosebumps. That's what it is.
yeah.
Neighbors to the club.
Goosebumps.
Do you know what Goosebumps is?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so mad we have to
Hey, she's just.
ask you these things.
That's okay.
How old is she?
Lord.
If y'all enjoyed that video. Y'all got anything y'all want to add in the comments? Let me know how y'all think about this whole situation, because these two and these I don't know. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me in the socials in the description. Peace and love to y'all.